Hello, I'm Richard Ridge. Glee star Darren Criss has stepped into the role of J. Pierpont Finch in the hit revival of How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying for 3 weeks only through January 22nd. Joining him in the cast is film star Beau. I caught up with them and fellow cast members here at Sardi's just minutes after their opening night curtain rang down.
It feels crazy because I've been on Broadway in the sense that I've been outside for my whole life. Waiting to get rush tickets, waiting for the stars to come out afterwards. I feel like the marquee outside of like the Howard Hirschfeld is like fan of the month, Darren. So it's surreal. I feel very lucky to have such a supportive cast and producing team, and Glee has been so nice to let me do this. It's overwhelmingly, it's a trip. I'm running out of words, really.
It's exciting, Richard. I mean, I was here years and years ago when I was a kid. And, you know, to be here in a huge musical that's been already on the boards for 5 months, step into the big shoes of John Larroquette. You know, John did such a great job, and now I get a chance to get the baton from him and carry on and tell the story. Darren is an extremely talented young man. You know, I'd seen him on Glee, but he's multi-talented. You know, he composes, he has a theater group, he does this, he's, you know, we're going to see a lot from this young man. I'm
a composer myself, and Frank Lesser's a big guy for me. He had a very a good knack for sort of linguistic panache, and wrote songs for actors that could sing. So I've really enjoyed being able to do one of his sort of really big scores. So that's been a treat for me. We had our first kind of dress rehearsal today. We did it tonight. That's kind of like Glee, except this was probably a luxury. I got 2 weeks of rehearsal, which is just amazing, like considering I usually get like 2 hours to rehearse. So it's been the most sort of relaxed schedule I've had in a while, if you can believe that.
When the sad day came when we had to acknowledge that Dan and John were going to leave, then the list come up and the cream rises, and we were lucky that Darren and Beau wanted to come into the show. Darren and I have met here and had meetings and talked about the play. We worked in LA on the dancing so that we could try to, you know, retain the integrity of the choreography, which he does beautifully. And then when he got here, we started straightway on the scene work. He has all the right qualities for Finch, just like Dan did. Some really interesting qualities for the Finch of today. And a lot of that has to do with youthful enthusiasm. Finch is a guy who jumps off a cliff and decides halfway down how he's going to land. And Darren has that quality, Dan has that quality, Nick has that quality. So that's what's so thrilling. That's kind of the key to the Finch for this show. Not someone who's too knowing, but someone who is excited and enthused and believes in himself.
It's exciting and fresh and different. It's very different. These characters, both of them, both Darren and Beau play the roles so differently from Dan and John. And so if you've seen them, you know, do it, come back and see Darren and Beau, because it's a different show. And, you know, all of us have to adapt what we're doing to fit what they're doing now. And so it's really fun and fresh, and, you know, that's live theater, I guess.
We're happy. We love Darren. We love Beau. But it was a sad passing of the guard. But it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. You do it quickly, you'll be all right.
We're no strangers to screaming fans because of Daniel Radcliffe, but it did seem a little bit different. It seems like it's a different fan base, and I think these girls might be a little bit louder, and guys, girls and guys. I feel like they might be a little bit more vocal, maybe a little older. I don't know, but it was really fun.
There's nothing like the live audience, you know, and they were so receptive, and they love the story. They're kind of ahead of you. You know, you have to be really fast because they're so smart. And I noticed a lot of young people out there like this story, which I thought was kind of fun.
I have been, I was that kid, you know, that went to see Broadway and sort of changed everything for me. So it's passing the gauntlet, as it were. I'm honored that it's me.